On this episode of Lapeef Let's Talk.
Hey, I'll tell you why. Hold on.
No.
I'll tell you why
because
you're
negating the fact of women that you dislike or have an issue with or whatever it is. You're negating the fact that it's something that happened to them for them to be that way. They weren't born that way.
Okay, but trauma.
They weren't.
But that.
They weren't.
Okay, but we can't keep giving excuses to trauma being
who
30, 40,
Who said
50.
it's an excuse?
So
I never said it was an excuse.
Hold on. All right. So my question was, what are the characteristics of a woman? You cannot answer that because you know the characteristics of a woman it's parallel to being feminine. So if I say no. So if I say a woman, what are the characteristics? It's softness, it's meekness, it's modest. It's being able to listen. It's being able to know your role. Those are the qualities of a woman. However, if you don't exhibit those qualities, then you're not feminine. And now I'm going to have to question if you're a woman.
Right? How you act in public, how you act with your friends or wherever. So it's not only when you're living with somebody you can show a man you're submissive.
Doc,
I agree.
Doc.
It's
That's from a woman's perspective.
well,
From a man's perspective, if you have to ask her for submission, she's not gonna submit to you, bro. That's just the truth. Women submit to a certain type of guy. They don't want to submit to everybody. And so you can't say, well, is a woman submissive? Because if you're not the man you're supposed to be, then she's not gonna submit to you anyway.
Okay, now you're not going to necessarily ask her. Okay, you just have to see it for yourself. So
I believe that all these women are gonna be submissive.
No,
if
so
they
he's
would give me-
asking Anton, can you see that submissiveness without living with her?
I believe that all women are submissive.
All?
Yes.
I've seen some crazy women now.
I believe they just didn't run into the right
And
one.
they submissive to some crazy niggas.
No, they ain't submissive. They hitting and cursing these men out. Like, we've seen someone.
I believe that the nature
And
of a
they still
woman is
turn
going to be
around
the
and do
nature
what
of
they
a woman. You just got to put her in the right environment.
I don't agree.
All the women
And if
say
all-
facts.
I don't agree.
And we
I
all
don't
know
agree.
that
All the
black
women
women
say
have
facts,
been
clearly.
the most disrespected.
I'm sorry.
The least protected.
Anton, I don't agree. I think that a lot of women can be conditioned to be another way. So even though it's our nature, but we can be conditioned to be against our nature. There's a lot of women that say, yes, I'll submit to you, to the right man, but they don't even know what submission is, how it looks like. They just think, yeah, I'll let him take control. But you can't condition yourself to be something different once you get it. You have to be or relearn.
Have you ever seen like any of those documentaries of like a tiger, like a domesticated cat that has never been in the wild? If you turn your back on it, it still goes back to the nature of what it is, regardless of whether or not it's been trained to be that way.
Well,
I don't care if you've raised it. I don't care what happens. The nature of that cat is the nature of that cat. And if you put it in the right environment, it's going to thrive the same way that we need to be in certain conditions and environment in order to thrive. All you got to do is unleash her.
Yeah, well, I'm not. You can talk about the kittens, but I'm talking about real women.
So because
Okay,
if a
and
woman,
real women. If you're not taught to be a wife, then you have to recondition yourself to be a wife.
Let me
is
ask you a
harder.
question.
Submission.
Let me
Just
ask you a
being
question,
with-
Courtney.
Okay,
Would you be submissive to every man?
there's levels to it,
Exactly.
but no, I didn't
Exactly.
say no because I would be. But there's levels to my submission. Do I let a man lead me? Yes. Now, where is he leading me to? If I let you lead me on this panel, it's because you're a man and I trust you.
But
that doesn't
if he's not the man that he's supposed to be, are you going to still fall into his submission?
Well, obviously not.
Exactly.
But,
That's my
but
point.
that doesn't
exactly
negate.
my point.
No. That doesn't negate me being submissive. That's just me understanding that I'm not around trash ass niggas. That's all that means.
That's exactly my point.
Okay, but I'm going to let a man lead because that's my role as a woman. But there's levels to submission.
If you going to get with a certain type of dude, you ain't got no choice but to submit because he ain't going to rock with you unless you on his
Facts.
program.
He's not even going to do it.
That's my point.
Well, this is what I have to say about that because I think when you become a feminine woman or try to be more feminine and recondition yourself, no. Being a woman doesn't mean that you're feminine.
because there's a lot of men
there's a lot of women walking around with an 8-inch. So don't do that.
Okay, I'm not talking about trans. That's not what
Well,
we're
no,
talking about.
or the mental idea of being a very masculine woman. So
Hey, Mr.
That's
Mr.
a whole nother
Again, I
conversation.
think that's taught. I think
So
that's taught. When
being
you
a-
even look up the definition of femininity, it says women traits of a female. It does it like literally. So
And
any
what are the-
women that
okay.
aren't whatever you think that they should be is because of something that they've been through or something that they've experienced. That's not how
And
they
one
are.
of the reasons
And
why-
especially black women who
One
have
of
been
the reasons
least
why-
protected,
That is all
the
kind of
most
matter-
disrespected,
No
and
matter
haven't
how
ever
much
had
a
the space
dude
to be soft
try to be
and
like a
be-
woman, he's
What are the-
never going to be. Dudes overcompensate because they trying to be more than what they really are when they doing that change.
Huh.
They can never be a woman.
I want to.
No, I know
They
that.
can
no,
never
no, no,
walk
I
like
know
a
that.
woman. They can never move like a woman.
Oh,
They
no.
don't have the sentiment of a woman. They
Let-
can't do it. It's
What?
impossible.
Hold on. Let me.
I'm not disagreeing
And
with
if you knuckle up with him,
Anton.
he gonna show you how manly he really is.
Hold on. Let me go back to this because Kayla, what you're saying.
That's
hold on,
not,
Kayla.
that had nothing to do with what I was talking
What
about.
what you're saying is that a woman is automatically feminine because you said that the definition of a woman is femininity.
Yes.
So
I
what
think that young girls
what
are.
are the characteristics of a woman?
I think that young girls, prior to trauma, as someone that was around young kids, I teach young girls dance. I teach ballet to young girls.
What are the
They're
characteristics?
all very feminine.
What are the
little women. They're all
characteristics?
very
Hey, wait,
feminine
this
little
supposed to be
Hold on,
questions
you're
though.
not-
Hey,
when
wait.
they grow
Hey,
up
let's still. Hey, Mr.
and
Steele
they
had.
go
Mr. Steele
through
had a
things,
question.
that is what incurs the change.
You
When
have
people
not
go
answered the
through
question.
things. I'm saying what I'm saying.
What are the
So,
characteristics?
I'm saying what I'm saying.
What are the characteristics of
Again,
a woman?
Like I said,
Simmer down. Simmer down.
I think
She
that
asked a
all
good question,
women,
though.
all
What are the
women. I
characteristics?
don't have to answer.
Because you can't. Because
No,
here's
because
the reason why.
I don't have to
Here's
do.
the reason why.
I don't give a fuck.
here-
I really don't care.
But here's
Ooh.
I'll tell you why. Hold on.
No.
I'll tell you why
Because
you
you're
can't answer it.
negating the fact of women that you dislike or have an issue with or whatever it is. You're negating the fact that it's something that happened to them for them to be that way. They weren't born that way.
Okay, but trauma.
They weren't.
But that.
They weren't.
Okay, but we can't keep giving excuses to trauma being
Who
30,
said,
40,
who said
50.
it's an excuse?
So here's.
I
so
never
my-
said it was an excuse.
Hold on. All right. So my question was, what are the characteristics of a woman? You cannot answer that because you know the characteristics of a woman is it's parallel to being feminine. So if I say no. So if I say a woman, what are the characteristics? It's softness, it's meekness, it's modest. It's being able to listen. It's being able to know your role. Those are the qualities of a woman. However, if you don't exhibit those qualities, then you're not feminine. And now I'm gonna have to question if you're a woman.